Hello, everyone, and welcome to another Friday with me, your host. My name is Gogita Mazunde, and welcome to another episode of the Center Circle. Today, it's all about the fans, the spiritual owners of the team, just like Coach Mitchell once said. So, today we'll be discussing everything that has ever happened during this league, the 2019 and 2020 season. So last year we saw that Mamelodi Sundowns won the league. So this year it was quite tricky because it was either going to be the Chiefs or Mamelodi Sundowns. So how do we then discuss or end by saying this league must end with this particular team or this league must end with that particular team winning? So it's quite tricky. So today we'll be discussing such issues. So I have three guests that are on the line today. So we'll be discussing everything that you need to know. So do tune in and interact. So I'm going to add a fan from Orlando Pirates and let's hear what they have to say. I'm sure you guys are excited, right? I am so excited. Hi, Nelson. How are you?
I'm good, and you, Gogito?
I'm good. Thank you for joining me.
Yeah, sure.
I see you have your
Excited to-
Orlando thing going on there.
yeah,
All
how's it
right,
going?
guys. This is Nelson. He's an Orlando Pirates fan. So,
Yeah,
Nelson, how was this season for you guys?
a bit of a roller coaster, hey. This season we started off on a very high and positive note. We thought that this year we're going to be challenging for the league. You know, at what happened in the past two seasons with
Yeah.
Mitchell. You know what I mean? So for the past two seasons, we've been, finishing top two in the league, second position in the league, and only losing it on the final day of the league. So this year we came in with a lot of energy and excitement, thinking that we're going to be competing. So yeah, Mitchell left us at the beginning of the season, and that kind of derailed us a little bit. But yeah,
Yeah.
most of us this season, and the acquisition of the new coach Zimbabwe at least brought back the momentum. And
Yeah.
yeah, but we're just looking forward to next season. Really, this season is gone for us, and then we'll look forward to next season. Yeah.
I mean, talking about changing of coaches, how does this whole thing impact on players, like emotionally? I mean, even for you fans, you get to learn how to accept the new coach and everything. So how does one figure that out?
Yeah, it's as I said, it's been a roller coaster, especially from us as fans. I mean, if you
Yeah.
check in the past 7 years or so, we've changed coaches, more than 10 coaches, or I don't know, maybe more than five coaches in the past 7 years or so. When we
Yeah.
look at the era of the double treble, we had Ruud Krol in his last season when he won the treble, and then I
Yeah.
don't know why his contract was not renewed. It's the management that knows that. And then we had after Ruud Krol, we had Julio Leal, who came in and then he left in the middle of the season, and we had already won two cups with him as well. And I
Yeah.
think that was doing well. And he left in the middle of the season, and then Augusto Palacios took over,
Mm.
and we won the treble that season as well.
Yeah.
And that since Augusto Palacios was an interim coach, then we hired a coach on a permanent basis, which was Roger Disa. Roger Disa came
Mm.
in and did well as well. If you can remember very well, it was under Roger Disa that we reached the finals of the CAF Champions League. We reached a few finals, even though he didn't win a cup, but he was
Yeah.
doing well, you know.
Mm.
Um, Pirates, what I've realized is that if you don't do well in the league, I think that their priority is always the league. If you don't do well in the league, even if you reach finals of different cup finals and that, if you don't do well in the league, it's been a problem. So yeah, Roger Disa did well. I mean, he should have continued. Really, I don't know why he resigned. Vivi came in at least with won a cup. But it's been that lack of consistency with regards to coaches that I feel that has really derailed our progress in terms of
Yeah.
challenge for league titles. And so when Micho came, I thought that, we've got a man. When Micho
Yeah.
came with, we're going to actually sweep, and the double trouble era will come back.
Yeah.
But really, he did well in his first 2 seasons as a coach, and then I don't know why he left, but
Yeah.
it's been difficult really to get the consistency since he left. Yeah,
So prior to the lockdown, you guys were number 4 on the log.
yeah.
So what kind of impact do you think this pandemic is going to have on your team?
Okay, I don't think much impact really, because I'm following the team's social media platforms. They
Yeah.
update us on the basis as to what they do. And now with technology, I think that they're having online training sessions, and
Yeah.
they're spending a lot of time, watching past videos and trying to improve, and even on the physiological aspect of their game. So I think that it's not really going to impact as much, because I think that the players have been given a stringent training program that they have to adhere to, and I'm hoping they are following that stringent training methods that they've been given by the team. And I don't think that I think that we will continue to carry on with the momentum that we had before the lockdown. If you can check, I think that Zimbabwe won the last 9 games at helm, and as a Pirates coach. So I think that we're still going to continue, even though I'm not going to say that we will challenge for the league. We will just try to finish up as possible and build on to next year.
So talking about discipline, one of your players was tested positive for the COVID-19. What kind of impact do you think this will have on other teams, not just Pirates, but other teams, should it be that they want to continue with the league? What kind of impact do you think that will have rather?
Okay. I don't think it will impact much, because if you can check, the player has been put in isolation, in self-isolation for the past 14 days or so. And that he's under very, very good medical care, and he should be a very strong player. He's a very strong player, and I think that he'll come out strong from this disease. And I know him as a fighter that he is. I mean, Ben Motwari is a fighter. He fights, and I think that he will come very strongly after this. I don't think that it will impact the team as much, and I think that he will recover. I mean, it takes about 14 to 20 days for one to really fully recover from such a disease. So I think that he will come back strong, and he will continue to fight for his position as a defensive midfielder in that Orlando Pirates team.
Positive energy right there. So as a fan, let's talk about Nedbank.
Okay.
You guys have not been winning anything. I think the last time you guys won anything was when you guys won the Black Label Cup or whatever. I mean, so let's talk about that, the Nedbank Cup.
For the Nedbank Cup, I thought that was one cup that we really stood a chance of winning, honestly. Looking at the fact that when Zimbabwe came, he came and really changed everything. I mean, the players started responding to his tactics, and the players started applying themselves, and the players started playing really well under him. So I thought that, if we would really have a chance of winning a cup this season, it would be the Nedbank Cup, And we didn't really start that game well. And I mean, when we were drawn against Wits, I thought, hey, it's going to be tough, honestly, because I think the draw was made before, or I think Zimbabwe was there. But I thought that it was going to be tough. I mean, Wits is a very, very strong team. And I thought, so first half of that game, when we went to the halftime break, we were trailing by 2-0, And at that point, you are thinking, it's over here. It's over. yeah, we're not gonna have a chance of actually coming back to this game. But after the second half, then we scored 2 goals. You know, when you score 2 goals, you're thinking, okay, then maybe we might actually have a chance here. You know, and then we went to the extra time, and in the extra time, we scored a third goal. You know, we were excited, thinking that, you know what, we're actually going
And
to
game.
thinking that you're going to the game. You know,
Yeah.
and yeah, so when Mutupa scored that third goal, you know, I knew from that moment that we were out of that cup. I mean, looking at the past results of Orlando Pirates, especially in cup games, we haven't really been doing well when it comes to penalties. So
Yeah.
we've been a lot of penalties, and I think that it's one of the strategies that these teams use against us. They know that Pirates really play well, and if they can actually try to nullify us in gameplay, then they'll catch us or they'll get us in penalties. So I think that I think that they were very, very confident, you know, going into the penalties, knowing that here we're going to win this one. So yeah, so yeah, I knew that after that equalizer by Mutupa that we were probably going to be knocked off. Even if you check the last game that we played in a knockout match against Kaizer Chiefs, we lost to Kaizer Chiefs in Moses Mabhida by penalties as well. So I think that yeah, we should really focus on practicing these penalties, because we cannot all the time know that when Pirates goes to penalties, they're going to lose. So I think that that's one aspect of a game that we really need to improve on.
So let me pick your brain on something.
Sure.
Should now it be said that Chiefs should be given the league, given that they are number one on the log? What's your take on that?
No, I will say this without any fear of contradiction. I don't think that will be given. No. Given the league, simply because of the fact that, look at, I mean, Chiefs, I think, has played 22 games. You know, and so that's like 8 games left, and that's possibly 24 points still up for grabs. That's a lot of points, really, honestly. That's a lot of points. 24 points. And if you check,
I mean, been performing, don't you think they could win?
Oh, of course they could. I'm not taking anything away from Kaizer Chiefs, honestly. I think that Chiefs have been playing well. Honestly, they've been consistent this season, you know. So they must just continue. They must just continue with their form and finish, you know, because you don't want to have a situation where Chiefs has been performing this well, and then people come with comments like, you know, they were just given the league on a silver platter after having worked hard for it this month, you know. Has really worked hard for it, so they must just finish strong and be given the league fairly. Because I mean, if you check the points difference between Chiefs and Sundowns, there's like 4 points, right? And Sundowns has a game in hand, and I think that ends are going to play us. So obviously, we're not gonna give it to them on a silver platter, but honestly, they must just continue and finish the league strongly and be ended the champions and be the champions of South African Premier League. I don't think that they should just be given the league on a silver platter like that. No, because 24 points is still a lot. And obviously, if they give Chiefs the league, then what happens to the teams at the bottom of the league? Who are you going to relegate? Who's going for the playoffs? So it's going to be very, very difficult to sort that out. Yeah.
So one viewer here says that you guys, the Soweto Giants, both you and Chiefs, lack consistency. What's your take on that?
I think that is very true, honestly. And I think from an Orlando Pirates point of view, it can actually be alluded to the fact that they've been changing coaches a lot, you know. And as I said, that chopping and changing of coaches has really derailed us. You get a coach who like, for instance, I'm going to give an example with Ruud Krol. Ruud Krol was at Pirates for 3 years. First, didn't really win anything, but he was building a strong team. In his third season, then he won the treble, you know. And we, to this very day, we don't know as Pirates supporters why his contract was not renewed. And obviously, by the management, but we honestly, the reason why we lack so much consistency is because of the chopping and changing of coaches over the years. And so I thought that when we got Micho, he's going, because part of his mandate was to actually build a team for a long-term kind of a thing. So after 2 years, we could see that, you know what, Pirates was coming back. Its form, Pirates was coming back to the Pirates that we really know, you know. And so when he resigned from that post as a head coach and he joined Zamalek, you know, it brought a lot of disappointment to us. And yeah, I think that chopping and changing of coaches has really been our downfall as Soweto Giants as well. I think the same can be said about Kaizer Chiefs when they lost a very good coach in Stuart Baxter and that. And I think that of derailed their progress as well. And if you can check Sundowns has been consistent with their coaching. I mean, Peter, I think, has been at Sundowns for like 7 years or 8 years now. And you can see that they've also renewed his contract for 4 more years. So, yeah, I think that if we could just be more consistent with coaching, then we could actually do well as Soweto Giants.
Thank you so much for that, Nelson. Thank you for joining us. So we'll probably see you next time, because obviously you're the friend of the show. So thank you.
Thank you very much. Thanks for having me, Cookie.
Welcome. So guys, that was Nelson, the Orlando Pirates fan. So now we're going to hear from Sundowns. All right. So he said a lot about consistency, them not being consistent, and all of that. So it is important for Orlando Pirates to start winning cups, at least cups. So now let's move on to Mamelodi Sundowns. Hi, Sandona. How are you?
Hello.
How are you, Tawag?
So, great, man.
Yeah, man. So you are a Sundowns fan?
Gilsandawana, man.
Fifth Street.
Yeah.
So I really got to tell you that we had Mavani. Peter signed for 4 years.
Yeah. Like, I never doubt or man.
Yeah.
Or like that thing, whenever I just thought, there's no way, actually, no story, bare, Damana Bamefe contract, because at first, Mutsepega sign a Daman, Ubulage straight, the way Navla Mabanari, Kinaka Damani, our Alex figure said, Kinagore Nagatamaya, Anoriman, Nagalapi, listening or Nagaram, Naxa for contract.
Yeah.
I want so yolo mawale na kuja mufa vele ginu bisha onora. It was just something yellow. Actually, it was just over the media. Sometimes it can give you that thing or maragar something you can be but deep down there never injured there was no way I got the daman.
So now, prior to lockdown, Sundowns declared a player got injured, Luis Jemoret. So in turn, as the defense, like Lieutenant Healer for a while, or what was going on?
Hawana Morena is a versatile player, ne? So when you have Morena in the team, you know, you come left, right back, right wing, striker. So to lose that a player of that caliber, it gives like a person, lady supporters, that thing or who's going to feel that thing. And luckily we had the young boy Nico. And that boy came and just stabilized the team, even though he can play the way Morena plays. But since he's a youngster, I'm sure since Jingles told him that, no, relax, let's just take it one day at a time. Don't rush. Just play your normal game. All this overlapping and all those things. Then that's when we can see, okay, we are covered there. But it was just a big loss on that one. Plus, we were still playing. I think we were still in CAF. I don't know. but I'm not sure about that one. But I think that loss of that boy Dile Matata fella.
Nice. So, how important is it for Sundowns to win the league? I mean, 2 times you've won it in a row, 4 times with Pizzo. How
Yeah.
important is it for Lena to continue winning these games? I mean, these leagues.
Like that's the very same thing our coach Ulechi Mawan are at Sundowns, you are expected to win. That's the mandate. Like it doesn't matter green, blue, pula, you have to win a league. So even now league lockdown, so we still want that league. It's not a matter of hey mama, we want. Well, it's a nature. You know, if you're addicted to winning, you'll always want to win. Always want to win. Always, like every time when you are there, you always want to win. So the league is something that doesn't matter. Nobody street that one.
So someone here is saying, what are your thoughts about Sundowns career Javat? I mean, you get the likes of they're not playing, but they are newly signed players.
Go for example ka mfanola wa ga hola wa tswa ke Angola ba re ke mfanola Silva or something.
Yeah.
Ke recent one mongwe ga e tla ne really is a make you signing and he's going to all those things. At Sundowns a normal player. Like one or normal player who come tshela o ka dira all these people over here ndaka mkana bona what o ya tseba mentality ore kwa he is going to compete with the best. So there's no way you want to compete with the best and or go fitla kwa wa go relax.
Yeah.
If you compete with the best, that's something they example ka Tiani Mabunda. Tiani was there for about and he waited for his time. When that time comes, he grabbed it. So these people, there's no one who can sign it and never play that person. There a recent one ka George. George was given a chance, but when it's is the time where he doesn't deliver. So there are certain people where they just say Sundowns, no, it's not like that. The standard is high. You have to perform week in, week out. Example, Lafo doesn't play. 15 minutes that he gets, what does he do? Something else that he gives coach something. Tomorrow ngana kamara kamara kwasibye serino kon kwasibye mamangun. That's why as long as you are a Sundowns player, you have to know baya da but the competition is high. Everything is always that's the come call next a league match friendly shell helix that other team you go there with the mentality of winning. Our coach obvious he will never accept a draw more and now feel like a defeat. It's better no more like I know you lose a game. So everybody go dance. They just go there and level one of it. I don't know Sundowns ke material fair. I ordinary player.
So
that's all good. Hey.
I'm gonna feel it.
No, like everybody they must just know or Sundowns. Even you can't find Sundowns sign an ordinary player or if they sign you, it means there's a quality win, and you have to add quality team. So if all quality was added quality team, there's no way because those people are quality player. They play week in, week out. So that thing, and to compel the team, they have players so that's something in where you just say, okay, but something else.
So I don't know, like a Telkom final. Moses Mabida. On the last minute, Judas scored a goal. And I don't think that was not an offside. Mara, sometimes people keep on persisting on it. No, it was an offside. It was an offside. What's your take on that?
That one was not an offside because even Lily after a game or the following day, this review babulelanga the sport ba bona the match, it was just clear or this the boy was in an onside position to that, so that one was just something a clear goal. Babetsile ke team e nyane, so they will always complain. Team kila jamana ka kwala ino pla complain. I'm no longer like surprised because I get one also win, so everything low about ropanyana country nyanu na about ropile, so that thing like those people like Nagile. No, that one was just a clear goal. You should just give that boy a credit because he worked hard for goal. So it was not a clear goal, that not an offside. It was just a clear goal, that one.
So you guys are number 2 on the log.
Yeah.
With 44 points. So Chiefs still fit 4 points. All right.
Yes.
So should it be decided today or no? What's on a leaky fedili? I don't know from Chiefs league because I was worried lockdown will fell in. What's your take on that?
That one, no, health wise, give them to Chiefs is fine. But if they should just give it to Chiefs, clear and simple. Those ones, the relegation and all those things, they will just deal with how it is, like numerically. But decide, okay, yeah, go fast, obvious, but Banu nullify because if you're I'm telling you, there's something that you should just maybe check it. If they are going to give us and say we must play that one, Sundowns is not take. So we have never been into this 2 months. So it's going to affect it's only plays after second round. So we do so it's going to be difficult. It's going to be difficult or Bafana adjust to that mojo. Or what if it was not locked down? Yeah, and I will say no more but no, so it's going to be difficult because Bafana Banyaka or Bakre Sukirinya Pile Bahono but no issue of Tata, no.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Thank you for joining me. Anyway, good luck.
No, I will not stress. Yeah. Sure.
Okay, guys, that was Tabang Mamelodi Sundowns fan. Wow. A lot has been said here today. A lot has been said. But anyway, we do appreciate your comments, guys. But I need you to participate with us on a clear vision. We don't say this is going to happen, but we just say that should it happen, what's going to happen? So now I'm going to add the number 1 fan, number 1 log fan. So it's a Kaizer Chiefs fan. So let's hear what Amakhosi are saying about this whole thing that's been happening. So please stay tuned and we'll be done not long. This was not continue. Amakhosi. Hi, how are you?
Hey, Kokezo, how are you?
I'm good, thanks. How are you?
I am good. I am good. You know.
I see you've been participating here with us.
Eh?
I see you've been participating on the live videos and everything.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
wanna
Well,
now.
yeah. Lena Gavonar, we being, we're talking according to our our positions on the log in descending order.
Oh my God, my cheese. Oh.
Yeah.
So anyway, you guys are
I
on the
was
top of the log
listening
with 48 points, right?
Yeah.
And Chiefs is known for it. Break. They don't come back rubbles. We all know that. So how do I put it? So how do you think this whole pandemic is going to affect your team in particular?
Well, honestly, for us, I think it could be a blessing in disguise, really. Because if you look at the way we've been performing just before the lockdown, like a lot of teams were starting to figure us out, and, like they were starting to figure out the way we play. So it was just a matter of time before our performance dip and our counterparts, Mamelodi Sundowns and Pirates, start catching up with us. So I think for us, it sort of gives us like an opportunity, hopefully for our coach and his intelligence to go and rethink our strategy and sort of, modify there and there, and improve there and there, because teams are starting to get the hang of how we play. So if we can just modify there and there and then improve our play and come back really with a better way to play.
So in terms of playing and people understanding and now getting used to your style of play, it is rumored that Castro might not come back next season. And now you guys are losing Maluleke to Sundowns. How does that come into place? Do you think that is going to change the team's morale, or what's going to happen in terms of formation and the team's morale?
Well, obviously, with the issue of Castro, I think I read somewhere today that Castro has actually agreed in principle on a deal with Kaizer Chiefs, although nothing has been finalized yet. So it looks like it's gonna be staying. But if it happens that he goes, well, I read this on Soccer Laduma earlier on today. So yeah, as to the credibility of that, I'm not sure. But if it happens that he goes, obviously, like he's been instrumental for us, him and George Malulega. George Malulega has really been a key part of our play this season.
Yeah.
He's been there, being our platform, spraying passes around the field, combining with the likes of Manyama, in moving forward and giving the ball to the guys, to our forwards. So he's really big. I think he's played a stellar role in what Chiefs has become today, especially this season. But I still believe we wish him luck. We wish him luck. But I believe that we do have talent and guys with the ability to really step up and help the team. It remains to be seen whether they will step up to the challenge, the likes of Kiran Bakas and Spelele Njangasi.
Yeah.
So these are some of the guys that I believe can really, fill up that role.
Right. So in your opinion, right, if there's any chance whatsoever that the league ends as it is and the league should be given to you guys, do you think it is, and you guys are well deserving of this league, or do you want to still play, or do you want to earn it like any other season?
First of all, let me say, like, never in my wildest dreams have I thought that we would go from not finishing in the top 8 to leading the log all season through until now.
Yeah.
So for us, I think it's almost like a miracle. I never thought that we would be where we are today. So I'd say kudos to the coach and the players for what they did. We appreciate it a lot. Like we were trampled upon, called all sorts of things. I remember Rulan Mokwena even called us a coachless team at one time. We were sort of directionless. And then look where we are today. So I'd say, like, everyone, like, it's undeniable that there's a lot that had to go, into getting the team to where it is today. So with that said, I think it won't be fair. I obviously, as a Chiefs fan, want the league to be given to Kaizer Chiefs. But I think it won't be fair, for the league to be given to Kaizer Chiefs when we only 22 games down and we still have like 8 games to go. So it won't be fair, yes. But if it comes down to it, I think the league should then be given to Kaizer Chiefs because we are the deserving team and we played 22 games. Mamelodi Sundowns has played 21 games and they're trailing us with 4 points. So even if they win like the one game that they trailing us with, they still won't catch up with us. So it's only fair that, if it comes down to it, if there's no way for the league to continue, then it should be given to us.
So there's a comment here that says, Tabang says that he wants you guys to join Sundowns in Africa. However, there's another one that says, what's your take on the notion that Chiefs does not take CAF seriously?
Yeah, I think if you look at, I think there is some element of truth in that. I wouldn't say they are not taking it seriously. I'll just say they are not putting their all in it. They are not putting their all as they are doing in the league, in the cups and everything else. They are just not willing to, because from what I've heard is like you playing at the loss until you get to the semifinals or something like that. So if you don't get to the semifinals, there's no way of recouping the loss that you've made.
Yeah.
So so I think for Kaizer Chiefs, perhaps it doesn't make business sense to play there, although it may help grow the brand, and solidify our place as an African team in Africa. But I think there is an element of Chiefs not really putting their all in.
Too much effort.
Yeah, and for us, I think for us as supporters, it's a disappointment because now it takes away, that opportunity to have the bragging rights, of being the kings of South African soccer. Because now every time you tell them we're the kings of South African soccer, somebody will tell you you never stop. You are starless. So it gets really tiring, and we also want our team to be out there and really compete with the best and test itself and be the best out there.
Hey.
What was the other comment again?
Huh?
What was the other comment again?
Oh, one said that they want you guys to join them in Africa. I think you did answer both. Yeah. Anyway, thank you for joining me. I wish you guys all the best.
Yeah, thanks. I must say though that it's been said watching my friend Nelson, complaining about how awful his team has been over the years. It's really painful what's happening at Pirates because they haven't won anything in 6 years. I know we are laughing, but it's not a laughing matter because it's really painful.
It's quite sad,
Yeah, I can only imagine and sympathize, what it must feel like to be a Pirates fan, like they always flirting with championship and honors, but they never really get to that point where they win something, and it's really sad.
But you guys you guys got hurt also last season by TS Galaxy. They whipped your.
Yo. Yeah, so yeah, that one, it was really painful. It went straight to the heart because I was sitting here, I think if I hadn't eaten before the game, I was never going to eat. Because I was sitting here.
You guys, Chiefs and Pirates are quite the same because you guys haven't won anything in a while.
Yeah, but for us, it's only been 5 years, and we have some hope that we can win something this season. If everything goes well.
But the season ended. Season ifedile.
No, asifele. Like, I agree, there's still talks behind closed doors whether they want to.
But now, hypothetically speaking, in soccer calendar, the season has ended. All right. And there is a chance that you guys.
I'm sure there's some law somewhere that allows for that.
So your only hope is the league.
Yeah, our only hope is the league. It's what we're holding on to.
I see.
So
anyway, thank you for joining me. I wish you guys all the best, and I hope you guys win the league.
Thank you, Koketsu. I really had a great time talking to you.
Thank you. So this is it, you guys. Those were the first. A quite interesting conversation that we were having there. But I am so glad that you guys joined me today. It is the end of the segment. So catch me next week. I am hosting Moses Waiswa from Supersport. So see you next week, same time, same place. Thank you for watching.